What's going on, guys? It's your boy Andy Matrix. I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the Epstein files. Jeffrey Epstein, the biggest pervert on the planet. I mean, I thought that, who was that other guy? I don't know. It's like every year we find out about some pervert, some, rapist that just breaks records. That just breaks records in the amount of evil they can do.
Hello, this is Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! And make sure to subscribe to Andy Matrix's channel. Now on with the show.
To people, to children, to just innocent people, you know what I mean? So let's go ahead and dive in because I didn't look at the Epstein files because quite frankly I didn't wanna throw up in my apartment. Let's just put it that way. I did not want to just throw up in my apartment after seeing the Epstein files. You know? Because I already know that Donald Trump was in there. Look, after I think what was it last year? Or I think it was last year or in 2024, right? When we found out about P. Diddy, right? We found out about P. Diddy and all the evil things that P. Diddy did. And to get into the music industry, to get into the movie industry, you need to go to one of these guys. You need to go through one of these guys. And you're going to have to do some, how should I say, some homosexual action. Or you're going to have to sacrifice one of your family members. And that's not an exaggeration. You need to do some type of absolute degenerate evil crap. Some degenerate evil crap, for these people in order for you to be accepted into their group. I mean, again, back with the P. Diddy stuff. We found out that, a lot of these rappers actually got diddled, right? They got diddled by Diddy, and then that's how they got their breakthrough. For example, what's his name? Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, he went to the Diddy parties. A lot of people that went to the Diddy parties, they all got diddled in the behind, in the back door, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta go to P. Diddy, go to one of his parties, get diddled, and they'll be like, all right, you can be famous now. We'll give you $100 million. Oh man, I tell you. We are living in an evil world. All of our leaders, we don't have any good leaders. There are no good leaders. And this is one of the reasons why I became a Christian. This is one of the reasons why I started following Jesus Christ. Because in a world of evil, we need good. We need good. We need holy, man. And I don't care if you guys think that I'm like preaching to you. I don't care if you think that, oh, here we go, another Christian YouTuber. Yeah, so what? I believe in Jesus Christ. Look at what's happening. Look at what the frick is happening, man. We literally got abusers. We literally got, child abusers in office, running the country. We literally have these people running the country, man, passing laws. And a lot of you guys think, oh, well, it's the Christians that are the losers. Christians are the losers. Is Jesus Christ No, it's like we need good. We need good in this freaking world. All of our leaders are freaking just psychopaths. They're psychopaths. They're abusers. All these billionaires in the Epstein file, Bill Gates, Trump. Trump is like one of the most evil people in America. And we have these people, these Republicans and these conservatives defending him. If you're still thinking Republican and Democrat by this point, you're absolutely delusional. You are delusional. You're freaking delusional, dude. It's not about left and right. It's not about freaking Republican, Democrat anymore. This is about good and evil now, man. But anyways, let's go and check this out. So Epstein seems to be he was big in the gaming industry. He loved video games. So here, Mashable.com says Epstein files released. Microsoft permanently banned Jeffrey Epstein from Xbox Live. So this was back in 2013. He got banned from Xbox. And apparently, I guess he was involved with Xbox, with the leaders of Xbox at some point in when he was still alive. And then here we got Chibi Reviews. He posted this. It said Epstein being involved in the creation of microtransactions formation, right? Involved with multiple gaming companies is actual insane. How many conspiracy theories are coming true and his involvement with everything. So Jeffrey Epstein, he was involved in investing. So one of the reasons why Square Enix all of a sudden started to get into DEI, diversity, equity and inclusion, and adding LGBT crap in their games is because of this shit. Epstein was pushing this shit. He got the money. The guy is a billionaire. He got the money, and he was investing into gaming companies, and he was telling them, all right, I'm gonna invest into these gaming companies, and you guys gotta follow these ideas. And here it says Epstein file shows interest in the video game industry, including sharing stock information in Ubisoft. This email from 2015, don't you think the culture of these companies changed rather drastically since 2015? Yeah, actually, yes. I mean, Square Enix, like, who was it? When was it? In the late 2000s, they were already, people were already questioning them, like, oh, why are they making these stupid decisions? But by the late 2010s, Square Enix, they were doing some questionable things. They were taking longer and longer and longer to make their video games. You know, and here are just some documents, just some emails, some documents saying, Epstein investing into Nintendo and Square Enix, Japanese companies, and yeah, man, the guy was involved in the gaming industry. In here in YouTube, in gaming YouTube, everybody was thinking, oh well. Well, it's probably because of Vanguard, it's probably because of BlackRock. And yes, that was part of it. But you got to understand, I mean, this guy has so much influence in all these firms. He has so much influence and power in all these firms. Some people are saying that Jeffrey Epstein was the one that, that invented crypto, that invented Bitcoin. And there's a lot of evidence saying that he did invent Bitcoin. And the name Satoshi, right? The pseudonym Satoshi was just like it's kind of like a scapegoat. Like they just made the name Satoshi to make people think that it was some nerd in Japan that made it. But Epstein was the one behind everything. He's the one that funded all these projects. This is crazy, man. Here says more Epstein filed interest. Says in the first one, Joy is messaging Epstein about showing CEO Sony and Dana. Dana makes Pokemon Masters along with tons of other apps, and they actually work with other fields, not just gaming. Said Epstein had his investor go to E3. Epstein was invested in gaming companies like Nintendo and watched them. Epstein writes to a very eccentric man about augmented reality, about Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go? We're talking about the Pokemon Go from back in 2015, 2016? That Pokemon Go? Dude, that is nuts, man. That is nuts, I tell you. He was invested in Pokemon Go. So don't tell me that he actually took part in Pokemon Go. I'm telling you, the money had to come from somewhere. I'm guessing he paid people to create augmented reality games. It said the last image I thought was a little funny, showing three-way connection, and I believe Jeffrey Epstein is lambasting and Amanda for bad trades. In another email, Amanda is pushing some investors info about Nintendo, so it's just funny to see this here. Yeah, so these are all the Epstein emails, and of course these are all from like a private server, because these rich people, they all have their own private servers, because they can't have their degenerate shit, go out into the public. They're not gonna share this information on freaking Gmail. They're not gonna like email each other on Gmail where it can easily be hacked, or Yahoo email or something like that. Another one. So This is from 5 days ago, in the beginning of February. It says Call of Duty microtransaction pushed by Jeffrey Epstein. So Jeffrey Epstein was the one behind the microtransactions. The reason why Call of Duty had microtransactions in it was because of Jeffrey Epstein. He's the one that started the whole thing, right? And this was back in the 2010s. I'm telling you, in the middle of 2010s, that's when like the whole gaming industry started shifting. A lot of people were kind of like iffy, like, hey, like why the heck is this happening? It became very anti-gamer. It became very anti-consumer. You know, and it says if you want someone to blame for Call of Duty rampant monetization, it turns out to be Jeffrey Epstein. Of all people, had a hand in the inception. In newly uncovered correspondence between Epstein futurist Pablo Holman and former Activision CEO Bobby Kotick, taken from over 3 million Epstein files that were released on Friday, conversations were had about indoctrinating kids into an economy through in-game cosmetics. Yeah, so he wanted to. So Jeffrey, this guy is such a creep. This guy is such a creep. He literally wanted kids to be involved in an online economy. He wanted young people to be paying to play. To be paying these microtransactions to play their game, like Fortnite. And another one says here, DOJ files expose Jeffrey Epstein ties to big tech power impunity reports. It says newly released DOJ files reveal that the depth of Jeffrey Epstein's entanglements with Silicon Valley's elites, including investments in major tech firms and confidential government leaks, reigniting scrutiny over his ties to figures like Bill Gates and Peter Thiel. And Bill Gates he's a big creep. He's a big creep. He's a creep. And so is Elon. All these billionaires, all these rich people, they're all satanic billionaires. They got rich in the most dirtiest way. In the most dirtiest way. And listen, man, if you're seeing all of this, if you're seeing all this corruption and you're still thinking, oh, Democrat and Republican, or oh, we just need better people. No, you gotta understand. They're gatekeeping this. They gatekeep the leadership. If you want to be a big politician or a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever, you have to go through one of these people, because as soon as you start to gain massive success, somebody's going to try to stop you. Somebody's going to try to stop you. Why do you think, I'll give an example. A lot of these journalists that try to tell us the truth, they get killed. They get killed. A lot of these doctors that they find the cure for cancer, or like they find a cure for some disease like AIDS or something, whenever a discovery is made to for one of these diseases, like these doctors, they get killed because these billionaires, they're gatekeeping all of this. For you to be super successful in Hollywood, in the music business, you have to go through one of these perverts. And you're going to have to do some type of evil ritual as an initiation. Because they got to have some dirt on you, bro. And honestly, like, I'd rather work at McDonald's. Like, for real, I'd rather work at McDonald's than work for one of these guys. Because at least if I work at McDonald's making, $15 an hour, I'll have a clean conscience. I'll be poor, but I have a clean conscience. To me, that's more important than being rich. I rather like be one of these nerds living in my mom's basement than to be than to follow than to be like one of these billionaires. Because when people say sell your soul, that they sold their soul, this is what they mean. This is what they mean. They gotta sell their soul, bro, to gain this massive success. It's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. All of them are evil. They're all evil. They're all a bunch of scumbags. They're all a bunch of child abusers, for lack of a better phrase. I don't want to say the R word because I'll get banned. But they're all abusers. All of them. They're all abused children. They take advantage of children and women. Oh, and men too. They take advantage of men, in the behind. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't want to be part. I didn't. I'll tell you guys a story. I'll tell you guys a story, man. In 20 what was it 2017? I went to California twice, and I was so disappointed in Los Angeles, California. I mean, Los Angeles, California looked like a freaking dump. It looked like a dump. I'm like, rich people live here. What the freak? Don't they care about their town? Why don't they clean this up? And I lost interest in working for Cartoon Network and working for all these companies, Nickelodeon, Disney. I don't want to work for these people. I don't care. I'd rather be poor. Like for real, I'd rather be poor. And I'm telling you guys, like you need to get close to Jesus Christ. You guys, we need Jesus because no, all of our leaders are evil. All of our leaders are evil. You need to get close to God, get close to Jesus Christ, because what else do we have? Like for real. I mean, look at the world right now, man. We're on the verge of World War III. All of our leaders are evil, and we have evil people making laws. So, what do you think is going to happen? Who can we trust? You want peace of mind? You want peace of mind? You want rest? You want to have some rest in your life? The only one that can give us rest and peace of mind at this point is Jesus Christ. And I'm not telling you, and I'm not telling people, oh, you gotta go, you gotta be like this super duper church going person and go to church, 3 times a week. No, but like seriously, get close to God. Like for real, you gotta start seeking God, because at this point, for our own mental health, that's the only one that's gonna help us. Jesus Christ is the only one that's gonna help us. Anyways, I got a little preachy here on this video, but I think that we all feel the same. Because if all of our leaders are a bunch of like evil scumbags, what else can we do? What else do we have? So I don't know, guys. I don't know about you guys. I don't like feeling hopeless. I don't like the feeling of hopelessness. That's not me. So, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for future notifications. Guys, this is your boy Andy Matrix. Godspeed.